I'm not the kind of person who can just turn on the camera and talk. But I think I have a point that I want to get across. I look back at the last 15, 20 years of being a musician, and it's easy to see the repeated failures as something that will put you off. You think, I may as well give up, because this isn't where I imagined that I would be. When I was young and idealistic, and I was a 15-year-old getting into metal and rock, I could look ahead to this point in my life and think, by now, surely I would have made it. I would be the successful independent musician. I'd have made great works. Reality is a lot harder. It's hard to realize the ambitions. You hear these incredible albums and you think, yeah, I could do that. I could do that. And you try your best to imitate it. But it's hard for various reasons. It's not just about being able to play the pieces. You have to understand how the different parts fit together. You have to have some concept of musical theory. You also have to be able to produce your music. There's a really big barrier, I think, to new musicians, even if they can play this stuff. Getting it to sound professional and honed and polished is a lot harder than it seems. Some people are naturally good at dialing in good guitar tones, getting the levels right. They have the money to throw at getting mixed and mastered, but it is not something that comes naturally to many people, myself included. And you are at a disadvantage if your music doesn't sound good, even if it's well constructed and well played. Another problem is being able to work efficiently and effectively with other people. Now, you may have a great album, you may have a great song or great album in mind. You may have it all planned out. But unless you can get other people to work alongside you, to realize that vision, then you aren't going to get very far. People who've worked with me in the past may have different opinions on what I'm like to work with, but I know that I can be quite demanding, and that probably is the root of many of my musical failures in the past. That kind of attitude really is off-putting for a lot of people. All this is to say that you go through a series of peaks and troughs, a series of projects that don't really come to fruition the way you imagined. And then before you know it, you're 10 or 15 years down the line, and you wonder, what do you have to show for it? Well, probably a lot. You probably have a lot to show for it. You may have a whole portfolio of work you've done, and it may not be fully realized albums, but you could have examples of you playing live, you have great covers that you've made, you could have a whole network of other musicians that you've built up around you, contacts, promoters, artists, people who are useful to know, and it all gradually starts to add up and, in theory, build up momentum. Being a musician is a life's work, I think, and many of the most successful bands, they make their best stuff when they're in their early to mid-20s. And so it's kind of surreal looking and seeing all the musicians who I respected as a child, now younger than me, when they were making the works which are so timeless. And you could feel like you're on the back foot, that you've missed your opportunity. But I don't think that's the case. I think that many people just mature musically at different rates. And for people who love music and truly have a passion for it, they're never going to stop writing and making music. It's in their blood. What is success? Success may not be creating the exact thing that you've envisioned. It may just be creating something that's of value to you. And if anybody else listens and also finds it enjoyable, then that is a success. I had a lovely comment the other day, and someone listened to a piece of ambient music I'd written, and they said, "I love these chords, this sequence. You're a master of liminal space music." And I'm not fully sure what that means, but I appreciate it so much. Despite everything else, my music reached through the ether and inspired at least one person. And so that's a success in my book. all of this is to say that don't be too hard on yourself. Don't give up so easily. If music is your passion, or one of your passions, if you're a creative person at heart, then let's face it, you're never going to give up entirely. You will always make music in some capacity, and your best years may be decades down the line yet. You may be making your best work when you're 50, 60, and that's okay. You don't have to fit into any particular conventional, what's the word? Your path is your own. So, hopefully, there's some encouragement there for you. Keep it up.